All right, I was requested to check out Fact Fiend's video about established titles. I learned a lot from Mudahar's video yesterday, and let's put this knowledge to the test by watching these guys. I don't know anything about them, don't know their credentials, don't know anything. I don't know anything about these guys. I guess they were sponsored. I'm not too sure, but let's check out the video.
Entire video probably expecting us to like drag this company out, and we're here to not do that because guess what? We've got some fucking receipts.
We do, yes. And
Ooh,
we know that the
bring the
people have already made up
receipts.
their mind about this. They've already clicked, they've left their comment, they've gone on to another video to do the same thing. So we're not talking to those people. We're talking instead to the people who maybe are upset about this and have been leaving us comments, been sending us messages. You know, the nice ones, not the ones like threatening us or calling us
This is for people that are down for a conversation.
assholes, but those people who've raised the quite legitimate concern that in the past we've been very concerned ourselves with, like, you know, transparency in regards to sponsorships. So we want to talk to those people and perhaps the people who are interested in like this whole kerfuffle of what the hell is going on. So I guess, should we clarify what's going on with the sponsor established titles that people have seen popping up all over the internet recently?
Yeah, so as everyone is obviously
I will fast forward this because I've heard the knowledge a lot.
But I've not seen it like 6 months ago.
What's this Pokemon people are talking about?
Yeah, there's been a video. And this is the thing, it's one video by one guy. We're not going to link to it. We're not going
Yep.
if not hundreds of thousands of dollars in revenue at Christmas.
Yep.
That's the thing. It's attacked not only like the reputation of established titles,
It attacked everybody that supported it.
also the charities that they're working with. Also,
Yeah.
It's a trickle down effect.
You know, I
Let's
was the one who
fast
initially signed a deal with them many months ago, and then they re-upped that deal while I was taking my hiatus with you, Lucas, yes?
yeah. So
forward. Let's fast forward more. They're talking about the business.
You get a lot of sponsor offers, and I have been reached out to by similar companies to what established titles do in the past. And the reason why I even gave them the time of day is
Because
the twist of
the trees.
because I figured everyone was aware, like, you know, these land plot things. They're like when you, like, you know, buy space.
Yep. The guy GIF. Let's fast forward.
The first thing I did when they mentioned that is ask them, can you provide proof that you are either planting these trees yourselves or working with a registered non-profit that does do this? And they did. They responded. It's Trees for the Future and another company, yes?
one
The One Tree Planet is a sketchy one. Trees for the Future is a legitimate one. All right, let's fast forward more.
We were, you know, being a bit misleading with what we were saying because I was operating on the assumption everyone knew.
No, stop. And this is the big issue. The creators all were saying it's a gag gift. It's a gag gift. But they never said it in the advertisement. If you advertise something, you should definitely not just read the script, but put your opinion on what you think, how good the product is. There's a lot of people that talk about the Ridge Wall and they say, "Oh, I use it every day. It's very useful for this and that." Everybody that talked about established titles, they all thought it was a gag gift, yet none of them, out of the potential thousands of content creators, apparently none of them said it was a gag gift. You thought it was a gag gift and you thought everyone knew it was a gag gift, but none of you disclosed it. None of you said it. Even if it's obvious, you should probably say it.
It was similar to those other ones, right? It's, you know, it's a novelty where you get the added satisfaction of you've donated some money to a charity.
adopted an animal.
Yeah,
you know
that's
what
like,
I mean. Like,
that's a good example. Yeah, like, you know, when people adopt a panda, you don't expect they're going to send you a panda in the post, and you don't, and you know something like that you're the only person who's adopted that panda. It's like you've donated money to a worthy cause, and they send you something back to make you feel good about yourself.
and for anyone that wasn't aware that it's like, you know, a novelty way to donate to charities, like they do offer full refunds on their website, and they will still match that charitable donation. Like, it's not as if they're trying to trick people into it, and
It's not. I doubt that. Like I said, I watched that 46-minute video with Mudahar, and he dove deep into it. Dove pretty fucking deep into it. So
still match
what do
that
you say?
charitable donation. Like, it's not as if they're trying to trick people into it, and
It's not like they're trying to trick people into donating. Are they trying to trick people into donating? No. But are they not being 100% transparent and forthcoming with the fact that even though you donated and got this 1 square foot of land, the Lord and Laird and Lady title actually has no beneficial use and does not go on your government documents? None of that was disclosed. And the reason why I have even more of a reason to bring that fact to the light is there was a company for English titles, the English um, royalty titles, right? On their gag gift website, they specifically put in there right after they say, oh, what it's for, this and that, like the same shit that's on established titles front page. Oh, this is a novelty gift, whatever. Right after the English title says novelty gift, it says this product does not give you any express permission to put royalty titles on your government documents, passports, visas, or anything like that. This is specifically for novelty and or like it's a gag gift. It says it point blank. You do not get any government benefits or any title changes. Passport, birth certificate, nothing changes whenever you buy this product. And having that right after whatever you're selling immediately gets people not to buy the gift, because there are people that don't understand the concept of a gag gift. There are people that don't get it. So whenever they buy this, they're thinking, oh, now I can put Lord and Lady on my passport. And they go through all these hoops and all these steps to try and do it. And they bring this proof like, oh, I bought a plot of land, and due to the Scottish laws, this and that, I can change my name to Lord. So can you put it on my passport? And no government is going to accept that shit. But that's not stated on Established Titles website. In fact, Established Titles constantly had clickbaited headlines on their website for SEO score optimization reasons. So their website pops up more whenever you go to Google and you typed in, oh, Scotland, Lord or Lady, establishment titles will pop up first because they have a high SEO score. They would put in their headlines a legal loophole to get Lord or Lady in your title. That would be the headline. And then you read it and you're like, oh, wow, that's pretty cool. But little did you know the loophole technically has no meaning. The people that have the checks and balances for who can put Lord and Lady in their name, they would say no to this. And Established Titles knows that. Yet they did not say that, because why would they? They think just like you, oh, everybody thinks it's a joke. Everybody knows it's not true. No, whenever anybody thinks they're going to gain something by giving money and it has no intrinsic value, they will get upset. This is the perfect example. If you go to McDonald's and you look at the number 4 and it looks amazing, you order the number 4, and when you get it, it doesn't look like the picture. Some people would say, oh, it doesn't look like the picture, but that's okay. Some people will say, it doesn't look like the picture, I want a refund. Or it doesn't look like the picture, make it again and make it look like the picture. I know that because my dad would do that shit. He'd say, oh, this doesn't look like the picture, go make it again. And the McDonald's would do it, or whatever restaurant would do it. And then you'll have other people on the other end eating at somewhere fancy like Panera Bread or Red Lobster or whatever, Olive Garden, something higher end than McDonald's, and say, why are you eating McDonald's? It's not good for you anyway. You see, that crowd of people that just, oh, I'm better than you, doesn't help. It does not help the situation whatsoever. So I understand why people are upset. And for you to assume everybody thinks it's a gag gift, it's just wrong. Not everybody thinks that way. It's the internet. Not everybody is a lot of people didn't even know what a gag gift was until this happened, which is why it blew up so much. A lot of people did not understand the concept of a gag gift. And for you to shill out a company that's a gag gift without you disclosing that it is a gag gift, and you think in your mind it doesn't have any intrinsic value and does not give you any government qualifications or whatever, you cannot change your name, nothing. For you to not disclose that, a lot of people are going to think that they got tricked. That obviously you can see what happened. That one video now has like 2-3 million views. A lot of people didn't know. And yeah, a lot of people are just hate bandwagoning or joining the hate train, or they don't really care and they just want to burn something down because people are crazy. But there are legitimate people who thought, oh, when I get this one plot of land, I legally can change my name. Some people think like that. Let's continue.
And then afterwards, they're like duped out of their money.
No, that's the thing. That's why we need to hold our hands up here. I think like every YouTuber who's like advertised this thing has been getting like the same criticism of like they read the brief and they made it their own. And we should clarify as well, when we did our initial brief, they did send us a lot of like, you know, corrections and stuff.
Yeah,
they
you know,
That's
specifically
good.
told us like you can't mention that you're allowed to use it on like official documentation, for example, and stuff.
Okay, so in the brief they said you cannot mention, you can put it on government documentation. How come at the brief they didn't also say you should tell people that you can't do that? They're saying don't mention the government, like you can't change it in government documents. How the hell is the people that watch the video supposed to know? So you're not telling them information. So now it's either A, I can do it, or B, I can't. I don't know. The person advertising didn't tell me either or. So now I got to go find out after I already purchased said advertisement. That's the issue. And that makes established titles look even worse, in my opinion, because they're saying, yeah, don't mention you can't change your name, or don't mention the fact that you're not able to change your name. That's worse than if they didn't have this at all and content creators just decided not to talk about it. Because now establishment titles knows, hey, they can't really do shit with this title, but let's not put it in the script that they can't do shit with the title. It's self-sabotage if they did it, and I understand the business of it. Why would you purposely say you don't get any benefits to it? That limits less people from buying the product, but it's for a good cause, so we need them to buy the product regardless. If you're trying to save homeless children from starving, duping people into donating is not a good thing. It's not. There's a reason, like that's like one of the reasons why the military draft doesn't work, because if you force people into situations they don't want to do, they're going to do whatever it takes to leave. It's counterproductive. Yeah, you got all these people to fight for you, but a lot of them are just going to turn traitor or run away. So what's the fucking point?
Stuff, it's like you're allowed to use it on like, you know, a dating profile or a credit card, but you're not allowed to legally change it on your driver's license or passport or anything like that. Like they specifically tell us those things.
The dating one's the funniest one for me because there are people out there who are really mad about that. Like, they said you could put it on your dating profile.
And those people, there are people like that, and you guys know there are people that are upset about the dating profile one, but you're not acknowledging the fact that there are people that would think that this is real and they can change it on the government documents.
Profile. That's really misleading. It's like, have you read a dating profile? How many guys are 6 foot fucking tall on Tinder? People can believe that excuse.
I'm one of them.
So they can't, but like, no, I legitimately thought most people would realize, you know, this is a novelty gift where it's the added thing of, it's like donating money in someone's name to a charity, but then they get a nice big plaque, and it's like, you know, it's a fun conversation starter you can just have on your wall. I didn't realize people were actually thinking like, it actually conferred any sort of like title, like you know, lordship.
And now you know, because a lot of people don't know how the laws work in other countries. There are Americans that bought this. They don't know shit about Scotland at all. They don't know about Scotland. The only thing they know is that they wear kilts. That's it. They think everyone in Scotland wears kilts and has a scarlet beard like this guy over here. This is what they think about Scotland. They don't know anything about the laws. They don't know anything about the deeds. And if they didn't know anything about gag gifts, of course they're going to think this is legitimate. According to Scottish law, if you own one plot of land, you can change your name to Lord or Lady. So go ahead and buy established titles. Okay, face value. Oh, I can do that then. You just said I could do it, so now I'm gonna buy it. I don't know shit about Scotland, but it'd be pretty cool for me to change my name on my government documents. Let's go do it. What? I can't do it, so why the fuck I buy this shit? That's why people are upset.
Go to Scotland and claim some kind of authority, like, yeah, you know, we all say in the same stance of like, if you were misinformed or misconstrued by what we said, we apologize, but we kind of.
And that's good. I'm glad these guys are apologizing. But at the same time, there's 3 minds in this room, and not one of you guys would think somebody would think this was seriously.
To the assumption.
I mean, it sounds like you guys. There's no what's it called? Whenever you, this is so dumb. It's like a random ass tangent, right? But it's like when a company has only males, they only think about one thing. Whenever they're giving a speech, everybody's probably going to agree because there's no outside force. That's why females need to be in the workplace to say, no, that's probably not a good idea because this, and this. And the men didn't know anything about it. Now, I'm not saying they should hire a female for their podcast or anything like that. I'm just saying you need an outside perspective whenever you're doing business decisions because it helps. It honestly does help.
That people realized that it was, a novelty idea.
It's a charitable donation with the twist that you get something out of it. And whether or not...
And the thing you get out of it isn't legitimate.
How much value you ascribe to that thing is a matter of personal preference.
It is a matter of personal preference, right? But at the same time, when that's the basis of the purchase, it's kind of a big deal.
If people out there think it's worthless, you can go get your money back.
Yeah, you can get your money back, but the issue is I shouldn't have bought it in the first place. Yeah, it's easy to get the refund, but I shouldn't have got it in the first place. See, that's the issue. If it was disclosed that this doesn't give me anything, I wouldn't have bought it in the first place. And then I wouldn't have field tricked. I wouldn't have field robbed. And I'm not saying me personally. I'm voicing the opinion of the people that feel like they were taken advantage of.
I was also just under the assumption that it was a novelty way to donate to a charity, which is why, obviously, the this idea when people started telling us that oh no, it's a scam. This thing is a scam.
Me, yeah.
We got immediately worried because we were like, wait, are they not giving the money to the charity?
Yeah. So there are levels to scamming, right? There's a scam where they take the money and they do something else with it, and then there's a scam where it wasn't specifically expressed where the money was going or what the product does. In this case, it's what the product does. The scam is, I thought I would get something to change my government documents, and in fact, it doesn't do that. That is the scam. So when I saw that 50-minute video with Mutahar and my reaction like an hour long, the issue came down to it's only a scam because I'm not getting what I think I'm buying. The same reason someone would be upset if they ordered a pizza and you order a pepperoni pizza and you get a pizza with chicken instead. Or you get a pizza that doesn't have sauce on it, but there is pepperonis on it. That'd be the same reason why someone would be upset at this established titles scam. It technically is a scam. Even though it's not a bad scam, right? It's not like they're taking the money and it's going into a CEO's pockets. That's not the case. It's a good scam, like morally speaking. They take the money of people that don't understand and then they put it towards funding trees, right? That is a good cause. You're taking the money and you're doing it for the trees. That is a good cause. But the fact is, it's being taken from from people that wouldn't have purchased it if they knew that it did nothing. That's the issue, and that's the big difference, guys.
And when we watch the video, the guy makes that claim.
And the Joseph video, I haven't seen it. I have not seen it. I really don't want to see it because apparently it's just full of slanderous, false information that throws a lot of people under the bus and half-truths, which is stuff I don't like. I particularly don't agree with that, and I just don't want to watch it. I personally just don't care that much to watch it. I'd rather watch your guys' responses to the situation, because that's just more enjoyable for me.
And that's a claim we've seen repeated in our DMs, in our comments, in our emails, and all of our other socials of people saying that they're not donating or working with not donating to or working with a charity.
And that's apparently false. They are donating the trees, which is good. That is good. They are donating the trees. The thing is, they're using money from people that didn't understand what was going on.
Which we've been given confirmation is demonstrably false.
Yeah,
like literally on...
That's good. They are donating money to the trees.
One of the two, like, Trees for the Future's website.
Let's fast forward. Because, yeah, we understand the legitimacy of the trees being planted. Let's fast forward.
As, like, information about like bank details and stuff like that, but they have been willing to share privately with us evidence of like bank transfers to the charities so that we know that they're definitely donating that money.
Yeah. The money is not in question. The issue is the way that it is advertised, the way that establishment titles worded what happens whenever you purchase this plot of land, right? That is the big issue in all of it. It's nothing to do with where the money is going. A lot of people didn't know. Yeah, they thought the money was going somewhere else. That's not true. They really are donating to the trees, at least from what it looks like. The other issue is the advertisement.
A lot of people saying, well, they're not planting your small. Well, they are, because that's the other
So they are
serving the part with trees, and they're planting more trees elsewhere. You're actually getting more than.
Yeah. Let's fast forward. We got the moral justice out the way. They are morally doing a great thing. Let's go back to the issue at hand.
100% is. And for anyone who's like, well, why do they have to do that? Why couldn't, just people donate money on their own? That's not how fucking...
Because nobody would do it.
Charity works, and we all know it.
Exactly. Exactly. That's the point. Let me scroll back so you can hear the full context.
Convince people, the only part of that video's claims that I was genuinely surprised and upset by, because I was horrified at the idea that I may have inadvertently convinced people under the guise that they were donating money to a charity or helping with reforestation efforts, that wasn't the case. And we've been provided evidence that it absolutely 100% is.
Yes.
And if anyone is like, well, why do they have to do that? Why couldn't, just people donate money on their own? That's not how fucking charity works, and we all know it.
Yeah. The issue is you're still taking... You're not taking the money, right? They are still donating to the trees. And yes, people aren't donating on their own. That doesn't mean you have the right to trick them into donating for the fucking trees. That's not how this works, bro. And yeah, you understand that people aren't going to donate to the trees, but just because it's good to donate to the trees doesn't mean taking people's money and donating for them is a great fucking I can't even think of the word right now. Like, one side is they don't donate because they're not getting anything out of it. Number two is they donate because they think they're getting something out of it when they're not. Like, one is taking people's money and the other one isn't. That's the facts.
Anyone saying that is full of shit.
I wouldn't agree with that. I am saying people will not donate to the tree fund if they're not getting shit out of it. Why am I going to donate if I'm not getting anything out of it? That's how humans work.
We donate to charity if they feel like it or they get something out of it.
Exactly.
Sad fact of the matter is that charities need money year round.
Yes, they do. That doesn't mean you could just take it.
Always feels in the mood. So one of the ways you can put your thumb on that scale is by giving, something in return.
And the something in return isn't what they're advertising it as.
You could say, oh, well, they're getting something off the top. There's no ethical consumption under capitalism.
Yeah, like,
it's
like
when
watching
I buy,
this on YouTube and probably, have just bought something off Amazon for Christmas on Black Friday, and like there's so many times that you could sit there and say like, well, X company was involved with X company. It's like,
or they're making a profit on it. It's like when I go to Tesco and it's like the Ukrainian Appeal Fund, and it's like, do you want to pay an extra? Do you want to round your figure up? And I press yes. And it's like, Tesco's probably writing that off on their taxes, but some of the money's probably going somewhere.
That's not the same. That's not the same at all. I mean, he's probably not even doing a false equivalency. He's probably giving an example, but that's not the same shit. You thinking the money is going to go to the Ukraine support is not the same as I'm thinking I'm buying this for myself. When you're donating to the Ukraine, yeah, Tesco gets a little piece, or they're writing off on their taxes and it's going to the Ukraine fund. That's not the same thing. I'm sure you know this, but I got to explain it to other people that probably think it is the same thing. It is not the same thing at all. He is willingly giving his money for Ukraine, knowing that it might go to Tesco, or Tesco's going to profit off of it. But the money is still going to Ukraine versus the trees need to be planted. You're going to get this title. The title, they're not telling you the title doesn't do anything. That is the issue. The people that know what a gag gift is know that 1 square foot of land in Scotland is not going to give you a title to change on your government documents. Some people understand that, and then there's other people that don't understand that. And it's the same people are probably don't understand when they click on the donate to the Ukraine, whatever. They probably think all of it is going to Ukraine and Tesco's not getting any of it. You know that Tesco's probably going to get some beneficiarity out of it. Other people are going to blindly click, oh, yeah, I want to support Ukraine. I don't know. A lot of people get led astray or they get taken advantage of. As YouTubers, the difference is if you take advantage of some random person, like an advertising company, they'll take advantage of a random person they don't know. I wouldn't give two shits. I expect a company to take advantage of random people. They're an advertising company. You're a YouTuber. The people that are being taken advantage of are your fans. The only people that will click on the link is your fan base. That's the issue, and that's the difference. As a YouTuber, you should care about your fans because they're the ones that provide money for you and let you live this cush job of sitting and talking to your friends and earning money. Without them, that wouldn't be the case. So, and I personally just don't enjoy seeing creators taking advantage of their fan base, like the Joseph guy. I don't condone that. He took advantage and weaponized his fan base to go after other people when he should have did it himself if he cared that fucking much. Apparently, he doesn't. Or maybe he just made the video because fuck it, why not? Right? Maybe he thought he was doing the right thing and didn't have all the information. You know, there's a lot of what ifs and could have been, should have been in shady areas in this whole situation. But my issue is this is your fan base that clicked on the link. Random Joe Schmo 25 watching your video wasn't like, I should click on this link and donate to it. If he did donate to it, fuck him. You don't owe him anything. He didn't subscribe, he didn't click like, fuck him. You don't know him. But the person that's been rocking with you since you guys first started, you should definitely care about them. And I'm pretty sure you guys do care about them. I'm not saying you don't, but I know other YouTubers don't give a fuck. They look at their subscriber base as cash cows. Maybe they like this person, this person, this person, but they're not fucking with their entire channel, their entire fan base. They're not fucking with them. They're just fucking with a certain amount of them, right? And that's up to them. I'm not saying you have to take care of your subscribers, but you definitely should, right? They're the reason why you're living this comfortable lifestyle. You should cater to them and try and look after their best interest, right? But of course, at the end of the day, it is all about you. You sign off on this advertisement deal, you get $5, $10, maybe $15,000 in your bank account. Hey, you're living good for like 2-3 months. You can probably expand and make better videos for your followers. You know, there's a lot that goes into this. But at the end of the day, you should definitely try and just take care of your subscribers. And it just pisses me off because I've seen a lot of people use their community poll to excuse their way out of, oh, yeah, I thought it was a good thing. I thought it was a gag gift. I thought we were donating to the trees. Should I have looked into it deeper? Yeah, probably I should have, but I didn't. I hope you guys forgive me. I'm sorry. Blah, 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 blah. They don't really give a fuck. And then there's going to be people that comment on the community post. Oh, man, I don't care. I'm still rocking with you, bro. Make that money, bro. Get that money. Get that bag. It is what it is. Some people don't give a fuck.
Like, you know, at the very least, like, my hope is that at some point, some money will get to the charity because, you know, we have to.
Well, it is getting to the charity, and the trees are getting planted, whether you like it or not.
Mm-hmm. And that's the thing, if like, you know,
and that's not even the case, Scarlet Beard guy. I'm pretty sure nobody's like, oh man, the trees, man. Why are they giving money to the trees? They're just upset that my money is going to the trees. I thought I was going to get something out of it. That's the issue. It's not about the trees. It's not. It's not about the trees. It's about I was supposed to get something from donating, and it wasn't up to my expectations. That's what it comes down to.
A story came out that,
and it's your fan base that did it. So you definitely should care because those are the same people that also click on your other advertisement links.
Tesco weren't donating that money. I'd be incensed. But if it turns out, well, actually, no, Tesco is like, you know, writing it off on their tax. It's like, well, yeah, that's why they're doing it. There's no way a company's going to work with a charity without getting something in return. That's how business works.
There is one other aspect of the video that did get us quite angry.
Which is?
And that is the fact that they used the founder's nationality to call the entire company into question.
Yes. So at one point in the video, the guy just like starts making a generalization about the company being a Chinese scam because it's based in Hong Kong. And
so, yeah, that's what we learned from Mudahar. The company it's like Geyer Valkyrie or something like that. They're based in Hong Kong, right? Hong Kong is pretty much under China's thumb, right? Honestly, for it to be a China scam, I don't agree with that. It's literally a blanket statement and a long shot at that, right? It is a long shot at that. So for that to be in the video, I think it's just adding, gasoline to the fire. Like, oh, everybody knows China's bad. This place is in Hong Kong. China owns Hong Kong. Even though Hong Kong is fighting for its rights and they don't like to be suppressed by China, they are in fact being suppressed by China. So, and a couple ad deals for me just went out the fucking window. Me saying that, but I mean, it's the truth. It is what it is. So to say that it's a China scam is definitely not right. It sounds like slander at that. And honestly, I don't think it was a good idea for Joseph or whatever his name was to say that. But hey, only one way to get that straightened out is go to the courtroom. And I don't know who's going to win that battle. I'd be interested to see it though. But yeah, this is one of those one bad apple ruins the bunch situations, where one piece of the company is owned by something that you presume is bad, then it all must be bad. One bad apple does spoil the bunch, but you also shouldn't throw the baby out with the bathwater. You know what I'm saying? If you don't understand what I'm saying, fucking talk to your grandma about it or somebody older. Ask them about it. Ask a random older stranger, hey, what does bad apple spoil the bunch mean? And then ask them what the baby in the bathwater means, because I'm not going to sit here and explain.
And that's one, a bit racist, and two,
racist? No, it's not racist. Ignorant, 100% is. Not the same thing. Just throwing out racist that's not, no.
wrong, because Hong Kong isn't China.
No, it's not. It's not. But that doesn't make it racist for you to confuse the two. It makes you ignorant. Racism is preferring one race over the other. Now, if you said, I like Japanese more than Chinese people, that's racist. I prefer Japanese people eating here and not the Chinese, that's racist. Saying, oh, it's in Hong Kong, so it must be Chinese, that's not racist. That's just ignorant. Preferring and assuming and thinking aren't the same thing.
And also, like, the founder isn't actually from Hong Kong. They have like family in
Hong Kong. They're American, which you can find out.
And they have publicly like done interviews with people.
So Mudahar's Galton Volsey, that's what it is, right? If this is the founder and leader, from what I know, they have family in Hong Kong, and then they've been to Hong Kong, and then they've lived somewhere else. They lived all around the world. I don't remember, so I'm not going to go into it, but I'm pretty sure that they started in Hong Kong. I'm not too sure though. I don't know.
People.
I don't know. We're gonna fast forward though, because this has nothing to do with what I'm talking about. This is
demonstrable,
like,
damn it. Yeah.
Like, for what we can tell, zero reason.
We've been talking about all this in private.
It's not zero reason.
Done damage. Genuous, poorly researched video, as far as we can tell. Like, this has done damage to so many brands, including like the company itself.
Demonstrable damage. Yeah.
Like, for what we can tell, zero reason.
And it's not zero reason. The only reason why you guys think it's for zero reason is because you guys all think alike. Of course, if one person thinks it's for zero reason, the other two are probably going to think the same thing because you all think alike. None of you sat outside the box. All three of these guys knew it was a gag gift and didn't disclose it to their fan base when advertising because they assumed everybody thought it was a gag gift. If he thought it was a gag gift, these other two said as well they thought it was a gag gift as well. That's why you guys all come to the same conclusion. There's zero reason why people should be upset. I put a heart on accident. There's zero reason why people should be upset when there is a reason why people should be upset. Whether you think that reason is legitimate or valid, regardless, there is a reason.
We've been talking about all this in private. We've been saying, like, if anyone can bring any evidence forward, then of course we then reevaluate the relationship. But as it stands...
So Mudahar made a 40-minute video. I broke down this video, whether you take my rantings and my secondhand knowledge as a reasoning for you to do a business deal, which I wouldn't. Look, I wouldn't even do that. I would fucking go do the research my damn self. I learned it from Mudahar Mutahar did a lot of research, but how the fuck do I know he didn't miss something? You know what I'm saying? But I'm not going to do the due diligence because I personally don't care. So I definitely wouldn't watch my reaction. If I were these guys, I wouldn't watch my reaction and make a business deal off of what I've said. Even though I think my points are valid, I wouldn't do a business deal off my shit. I definitely would, think about it, maybe do more research into it and look at a secondary perspective besides just my friend group and watch other videos and maybe go and dig even deeper. Well, it's a lot of work and a lot of people don't want to do the work. And it's not even necessarily laziness. It's just, why would you? All three of these guys came to the conclusion, established titles is fine. We're fine with whatever happened. If that's what they want to do, that's what they want to do. I'll just break it down here. The issue is no one said it was a gag gift in the advertisement. Nobody blatantly said that you don't get any government documentation, benefits, treatment, whatever the fuck. You know what I'm trying to say? You don't get anything from this. Nothing. Zero. Nada. Zip. You assumed everybody thought it was a gag gift. A lot of people didn't even know what a gag gift was until this happened. There are people that didn't grow up in the same type of area, that don't know the same amount of stuff as you do. There are people that, where I grew up, if I said, I'm gonna hit you with a stick, you're probably thinking an actual stick. Other people are thinking, he said, I'm gonna hit you with the stick, he's talking about a gun. You see what I'm saying? Growing up in different environments and different situations makes you think about different stuff. I don't know your guys' background. I don't know anything about you guys. I'm just saying, apparently you guys think alike, do the same thing. You guys all work together. You guys are going to agree upon the same thing, whatever's beneficial to the company, right? All I'm saying is there's nobody else coming in to say, hey, well, this is the reason why people are upset. I don't see a fourth person on here. I don't see somebody from a different perspective. Nothing. It's just all the same. So it will make sense. You guys all agree on the same thing. Not saying it's potentially a bad thing to have somebody just always agree on the same thing. It's potentially a bad thing. But it might work out. But I mean, you guys are in hot water now, so I don't know.
Everybody
in the hot water is not even really that bad, because thankfully established titles scam isn't worse than what it is. Thankfully, it's something, just people thought they were getting something and they got something else, but it's still going to the trees and the foundation. Luckily, that's the case. A lot of people said they got scared and they dove into it thinking they were doing a worse scam. Like, there's levels to the scam. This is like a tier 3 scam. If this was a tier 1 scam, all you guys would be fucked and be apologizing on your knees, begging to your fan base to forgive you guys for not doing your research. But because it wasn't that bad of a scam, or you guys see that it wasn't that big of a deal, you're sitting on your high horse like, oh, it's not that big a deal. The trees are still getting planted. Oh, you can go get a refund. What's the big deal? You see? But you guys still didn't do your research, and you guys were still caught with your pants down. The thing is, your pants weren't below your waist. It was just down a little bit, around like the crotch hair area. So people could see your crotch hair, but since they didn't see the phallus or anything like that, it's all good. No, it's not all good. I wouldn't want to be caught with my pants down at all, personally.
He was asked to send that video.
As we said, but
Brad,
they didn't
he's
even
on
click.
He's loud.
He's loud and
They
he's on
didn't
the
even
internet.
click on the charity's website to check if they list them as a partner. Like, that's how well researched the video is, and
that's the problem as well, of like that aspect of we're still getting blowback from that, of like they don't donate to charity, and that is such a
and that's not true. They do donate to the charity. Let's move on.
Between a business losing potentially hundreds of thousands of dollars, and like, by extension that charity.
The trees were already bought from the charity. I guess they loaned out, took a loan for the money, and they got to pay off the loan because the trees were already planted. The way that, I'm just going to go through this one time. So established titles is like a clan. The head leader of the clan is the one that's in charge of all the land that was purchased. They pre-purchased the land, and now they're getting donations so they can either pay off the land that was planted or so they can plant more. Whenever somebody comes and they donate to established titlement, the way that they get lured in is they think they're going to get the title Lord and Lady, when really they don't get anything, but they take the money and they donate and they plant for the tree. Good job. Now, this person thinks they can do something with that one square foot plot of land. They can't, because there's an actual another clan in Scotland that's in charge of all the other clans in Scotland. And establishment titles, the way it works is the CEO or the clan leader is the only one able to do stuff with the plot of land. You guys just paid for the clan leader to plant the tree, but you can't do anything because in the hierarchy of the establishment title clan, which you technically joined when you donated, you're at the bottom and you can't do anything. Think of this of medieval times, okay? Back when there was more clans and villages and stuff like that. The clan leader was in charge of everything. That's how the Scottish law works. That is the reason why you can't do anything with the one plot of land. If establishment title said you could, sure, you could do it. But if you put a sign that said, I hate gays on that one square plot of land, technically you wouldn't be in trouble. The establishment title clan leader would, because they were the ones that allowed that to happen. And even though it is establishment title's land, it's still the way the government is set up nowadays. Instead of, if they had an issue, they'll kill you. If they have an issue, they'll just fine you. And, some people think losing money is a lot worse than losing their life. Just had to break that down.
He's going to miss out on the tens, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars of donation they would have made.
The thing that annoys me the most are when people try and argue something with no evidence and insist that they're right. And this is just a prime example of that happening, of somebody making a claim and everybody seeing it and believing the claim outright, and then using that to harass other people.
It's absolutely wrong, and I don't agree with it whatsoever. Not one bit. What Joseph did was wrong and definitely messed up. If he had an issue with establishment titles, he should have made the video, and he should have expressed in the video, do not send hate to the content creators. I have not seen the video, so maybe he did send hate. We're going to use another prime example I've used it before, but I got to use it again. Casey Neistat. Casey Neistat made a video saying, I'm voting for Hillary Clinton. He made a video saying, I'm voting for Hillary Clinton because Donald Trump is basically crazy and he'll ruin this country, and I love this country so much. You should go, like talking to the fan base, you guys should go to your favorite content creators and ask them who are they voting for. And if they don't say who they're voting for, you should call them a coward or something like that. At this point, I don't remember, this shit was back when I was in high school, when I saw this video in class. I was like, dude, this is crazy. I can't believe he just said he's voting for Hillary Clinton. But he basically told people, go harass their favorite content creator and tell them who they're voting for and tell them it should be for Hillary Clinton. This is the same type of energy I'm getting from this Joseph video. If Casey Neistat really cared, instead of telling his fan base to go harass people, he would go harass them himself. He would go into the comment section and say, you should vote for Hillary Clinton. He should have did it. If he cared that much, he should have did it himself. He didn't. He used his fan base as ammunition, which I despise. I do not respect that one bit. I fucking love Casey Neistat. His videos are amazing and he's very creative. But that shit does not fly with me. Same thing with this Joseph guy. Sure, go out yourself, Joseph. Comment in these guys. Oh, Joseph made a video of everyone that put the establishment title, and he made a whole fucking 30-minute video of it. I saw a screenshot of it, or from Mudahar's video. He made a whole video of all these people that talked about establishment titles. Yet he did not go into their comment section himself and said, establishment titles is a scam. Here's why. Leave a whole fucking book paragraph. He didn't do that. Instead, he weaponized his fan base to go harass creators, which is wrong. Wrong. If you care, you go do it. I want Philip DeFranco to talk about establishment titles because I like Philip's content. But Philip DeFranco himself has advertised bad sponsorships before with BetterHelp. For people that don't know, BetterHelp was a mental health fucking hotline. You could call the BetterHelp and they would link you with professionals to help you not hurt yourself, right? But it turned out BetterHelp basically was hands off. They just let anybody join their company. People basically could have joined the company, got hooked up with somebody that wanted to hurt themselves, and could have technically encouraged them to hurt themselves more because they didn't have any credentials that said that they were in the mental health world or they graduated from anything. They had no proof whatsoever. So when this came to light, Philip DeFranco walked back his advertisement, said he's sorry, he will do more research. Apparently, he did not do research in establishment titles, yet he did not make a video or make currently any community post talking about establishment titles. What did I do? I went to his video, latest video. I wrote in the comment section, talk about establishment titles. Because I care, I went to go do it. Even if I had 1 million, 2 million, 3 million followers, 3 million subscribers, I would do it myself. Why would I trust my fan base to go do a job? If you want something done right, what do? You do it yourself. I would never trust my fan base on any behalf to go advocate for me. If they choose to do it on their own, that's different, but I would never weaponize them. Joseph should never weaponize them. Casey Neistat should never weaponize them. These guys should never weaponize their fan base either. Nobody should ever weaponize their fan base, because if you encourage people to talk on your behalf, then whatever they say comes back to you because you encouraged it. If you send your fan base to go harass people like Leafy did, you get banned just like Leafy did, because his fan base went and told people to hurt themselves. And I'm not talking about just hurt themselves. It's YouTube. I can't say what they said. That's why Leafy is gone, because his fan base was toxic and they hurt people. You never weaponize your fan base ever. So I do not support what Joseph. If Joseph told his fan base to go tell creators that establishment titles is a scam and they need to break off their partnership and ruin their business deals, I don't agree with that at all whatsoever. I would never advocate for that. I just had to let that out and let you guys know where I stand on the situation.
Like the amount of comments and messages we've got about it, and we're obviously not going to be the only people. We're a fairly small channel in the big pool. Like
a lot of people that were advertising, like Abba and Preach, 2 million subscriber channel. Philip DeFranco, 1 million subscriber channel. Dr. Mike, 1 million subscriber channel. But then you had other people that had 200K, 30K, 50K. You know, it was everybody. A lot of people were shilling out for this company. And I use the word shilling as in just sending shit out, right? Not shilling as a derogatory term.
Number of people who must have got more comments than us about it. And people like are cutting off ties to the company because they I assume they didn't do the research into it, or they may have.
Nobody did. But none of you did. None of you. You didn't look too deeply into it. You didn't do it. You didn't do it. Philip DeFranco didn't. Alba and Preach didn't. Mudahar didn't. Penguin Zero didn't. Nobody did it. And the people that did do it didn't disclose that they did it. People that thought it was a gag gift, like you, did not disclose, I think it's a gag gift, in the advertisement. The quartering did not say. He said, oh, I think it's a gag gift, but he did not put it in the advertisement. If you do not put it in the advertisement, people will not know. You cannot assume that people will understand what you are selling to them. There's a reason why people get taken advantage of, people get scammed. The thing is, I don't give a fuck if you're scamming random people. I do give a fuck if you're scamming your fan base. And you might not be intentionally scamming them, but you are the content creator. You are a leader. When you're a leader and you have followers, you will have to be careful. You have to. Because if you're not careful, bad things can happen. Luckily, right now, it's just a small oopsie. The scam is people got their money taken and it was taken to a good cause. What would happen instead of this money going to planting trees? It went to kidnapping children. And it was like a big ass human trafficking ring, right? I'm just grabbing the worst case scenario. How would you guys feel if it was human trafficking instead of trees being planted? You guys would not be sitting here saying, oh, it's not that bad. Oh, the trees are still getting planted. What's the big deal? I see no issue with this. If it was worse than what it is, you would. Yet it's the same situation. That's what I don't get. You cannot be fine with some of it. You either have to be fine with all of it or none of it. That is it. You cannot say, well, it's okay that people got their money taken because it's for a good cause. Okay, so what happens when the good cause is fighting in a war? There are no good guys in war. I don't want to hear this, oh, Ukraine is innocent shit. They're not. Russia is not innocent either. Neither one of them are good. There are no good guys in war. If you think that, you've never been into the battlefield. There are no fucking good guys in war. There's not. There is not. Sure, the good goal might be defending your country. You got to do some dirty shit to win the war, to fight for your country. Prime example, it's going to sound silly, right? Modern Warfare. What did Captain Price say to Gaz? What did Gas say to Captain Price when he first met him? They want us to do this shit. We need to take the bloody gloves off. Captain Price, the gloves are off. Captain, I can't believe we just did this. When you take the gloves off, you get blood on your hands. That's a fact. When you take the gloves off, when you take off the bureaucracy, when you take off all the government safety precautions, bad shit happens for a good cause. I'm just saying, it's a slippery slope.
But it's like I say, it's the first thing I asked is, have you got proof you're working with a charity? And this makes me really suspicious.
Yeah, they are working with the charity. The issue is people's money were taken. Let's fast forward.
Established titles to cut and run from our contract.
Yeah.
And if they were like a scammy, shitty company, then why would they not just say you've locked a contract in with us? Like either pay.
Now they're talking about the business deal. Now, from what I've seen, establishment titles, they're not a terrible company, right? They're not a bad company whatsoever. The thing is, they're doing a good cause, but the way that they complete the cause is just, I don't want to, I guess unethical. Sure, you could say unethical. I mean, you're taking money from people that think they're getting something, they're not getting shit. Or they think they're going to get one thing and they don't get what they purchased, right? You could say unethical, I guess, but that's a pretty strong word. But I don't know a lighter word than unethical. Not fair, I guess not fair. Yeah, it's not fair for me to spend money for this fucking tree when really I just wanted the word Lord on my passport, but now I can't get it. But yeah, I can get a refund. The issue isn't the refund. The issue is I shouldn't have sent the money in the first place. That money instead could have went to something else that was on sale. By the time I get my refund, it's no longer on sale. So now I'm fucked over because I wanted to get the Lord in my name. But at least a tree got planted. Not everybody is on that moral positive high horse. Not everybody gives a damn about the environment and trees. If that was the case, people wouldn't be running AC in their house even when they're gone. And I don't want to hear anything about no fucking nature or whatever. We're all on the internet. We're all doing bad things. We're all running gasoline cars. Unless you got enough money to run for an electric car, congratulations. You're not polluting the environment with a car, but you are polluting the environment whenever you take the trash out and that trash gets sent to the dump and then the dump burns the shit and then it gets into the atmosphere. Like, not everybody on this earth is green and positive, and the people that are, they're not 100% green and positive, because if they were, they wouldn't be on YouTube leaving comments or making fucking videos. They'd be out in the woods somewhere eating fucking mushrooms, planting trees and carrots, and shitting in the bags, making it in a compost, and growing more fucking carrots with it. Those are the morally righteous people. Those are the only people on this planet that can say anything good. But guess what? They're not on the internet. Let's continue.
Lights out. And rather than desperately trying to claw at us and use the language of the contracts that they signed, made us that we all signed to keep us in the loop, they said we'll give you a complete free out, and we'll
That's
even
good.
be misled by this.
That's good.
And that's not something they.
So you guys are in the clear. You guys are good. You guys are safe. What about the people that spent the money and then they missed out on the sale?
Fuck them.
But that you can't really say fuck them because that's your fan base. If you say fuck them to your fan base, it's okay to say fuck them to this part of my fan base. Can't be fine with some of it. You got to be fine with all of it or none of it.
At every single turn.
You have to. You just have to. Like, you might hear that and say, no, I can pick and choose who I like. I mean, yeah, you can pick and choose who you like, but when they still represent you and they go do some crazy shit, I mean, good luck convincing people that you didn't like them because you never expressed it because you playing both sides. Hey.
So far, working with them, like they've been completely open and transparent.
All right, let's fast forward more. Let's hear the
we hope that you've taken something away from this, even if you haven't believed our piles of evidence. We hope that at least you take away that don't just automatically believe something because a lot of people are saying it.
I'm glad that they said this because a lot of people need to hear this. Don't just believe everything you hear. That's true.
What am I missing? There has to be something that I'm missing.
But from both sides too.
And
there's three sides of the story: their side, his side, and the truth.
Every time someone come out,
there's the truth. The truth is in between somewhere.
Helps me with that fucking video. It's like, where are his links? He doesn't provide any links on the charity.
No resource. Okay, let's go to more ending.
That's a good point to end on.
Yeah.
Oh well, let me hear what you ended on.
By Hammer. Looking at the charity,
okay, they're talking about Joseph's video.
Donate some fucking money to charity as well.
Yeah, that's a good point to end on.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, I will listen to any criticism of this video as long as it is prefaced by a evidence of a donation to a charity.
So you're not going to listen to anybody unless they put their money up. I mean, cool, I guess. Sure, you win the moral victory here.
Of at least.
But I don't care that much. I don't care. Whether you watch this video or not, doesn't matter. Whether you respond to the video or not, doesn't matter.
The value of what established titles were charging.
Anyone who wants to comment on this video and say, oh dear, but it's still a scam, you can do that if you donate money to a charity.
Nah, I think I can do it just because I don't have to donate or anything. This is a good video though, so I'll leave a like. How about that? Is that good enough for me to make a video about it? I gotta leave a like. Whatever. Interesting concept. Interesting topics. I hope you guys understand where I was coming from with this. You know, no hate to these guys. Fact, Flynn. You know, I did talk about how there's only 3 people and they all think the same way, whatever. That is true. They only think the same way. So I understand why they don't see the issue with it. They don't. And then they end the video like, oh, I'll listen to your comment if you donate money. I mean, whatever. I mean, I get it. They're upset. Other people have burned them before. But don't just, I mean, you do whatever fuck you want. I'm not the fucking internet police. If you want to talk about donate money and then I'll listen to your video, whatever, it's your choice. We're all on the same site. Anyways, it's your boy Miss. Hope you guys enjoyed. Comment, subscribe. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.